Joining us for Primetime Local News is singer, songwriter, and pianist Jeffery Straker. How are you today?
I am very well. How are you?
I'm very good. So you are a part of Telemiracle 45's national cast. How many years have you been a part of this big event now?
This is my 10th year.
Wow, look at you go.
I feel ancient.
And can you tell us more about what you'll be exactly doing for Telemiracle, or is that kind of a surprise?
No, like just like previous years, although we're obviously in a bit of a different year this year with this pesky pandemic, but I'm a host on the show trying to keep the help as one of the people helping to keep it going for 20 hours. And I'm also going to perform some songs. But yeah, it's a mixture of hosting and performing, interviewing people who are bringing donations, who've raised some funds, and trying to keep the excitement up to have people donate their hard-earned cash over 20 hours.
And were you expecting to see at all with how much support has been shown for Telemiracle 45 this year, even through COVID-19?
You know, yes. So there's the short answer. Yes. But it's like, how delightful is this that, because there was an obvious worry, which was like, oh gosh, what is Telemiracle in a pandemic? Like what will that look like? How will donations appear? It seems so far like people are being really generous. Like there's a 50-50 draw, a digital 50-50 draw that's been set up, and it's at $500,000. So no one can believe it. So I hope that's a harbinger, like a sign of things to come for the broadcast. But we'll see. I'm not going to count my chickens here, but it feels good.
And can you tell us more about how your personal experience was with preparing for Telemiracle this year?
It's been kind of the same, to be honest with you, like brushing up on the history and some of the facts and tidbits and some of the nice stats and hooks we throw at the viewers to try to get them to make a donation. Really, the big difference is what I'm going to see this afternoon when we go to the new set, which is a very different set than we've ever been on for the past 44 years. It's a different location, and because of all the COVID restrictions and safety precautions that are in place to make this thing happen with the SHA, there's no live audience. All the SAS talent and all the performances are pre-recorded. So we have to get used to that rhythm of the show. But I really think we're going to hit that rhythm pretty quick. And I really think it's going to be a really enjoyable viewing experience. Just the mechanics of it for us is a bit different,
And now, with your music career, we know you perform over 100 shows per year across Canada and abroad. How have you adapted with this during the pandemic?
Well, the answer to that ties into Telemiracle because, the first thing we had to do as live performers, like people who earn our living from live performances, we had to sort of pivot, to use that word, to go online and do streaming shows, right? Through last spring. Now, throughout last summer, I was very lucky being a solo singer pianist that I was able to perform in backyards across Saskatchewan and Alberta. And I did about 40 of those shows, actually. People were really generous to book me. But then come the fall, I started doing streaming shows again. So now here we like live streamed Facebook Live, YouTube Live shows. Here we are on Telemiracle, where essentially what we're doing, we're back on, we're streaming like through TV or through technology. We're doing a 20-hour telethon streamed to people. So I'm kind of looking at this streaming that I did that I've done in my personal music career kind of as training for this telethon we're now about to do,
And would you be able to tell us a bit more about your newest album that you'll be releasing this year?
Yes, I can. So it's a 10-song roots folk record. To toot my own horn a little bit here, I just won the Roots Folk Artist of the Year award in the Saskatchewan Music Awards, and this music is part of that award. So it's a really personal song, story-driven songs, a mix of up-tempo songs and ballads. And I love the instrumentation we put behind the songs. There's banjo and acoustic guitar and mandolin and upright basses with me at a piano. And I'm going to release that record in May the 7th. And what I've decided to do is I'm going to do a virtual national tour of 6 or 7 shows where I'm partnering with theaters across the country, performing from Regina, but partnering with local theaters to bring it to the local audiences. So it's a new way of doing things, And then throughout the summer, I'm going to do a whole bunch of those backyard shows again, and they're booking like gangbusters. So I'm grateful for the support.
And now, is there anything else you'd like to add for residents to know about concerning Telemiracle?
Really, just with the Telemiracle, we've got 20 hours, just like we do any other year, for people to engage with us in the broadcast, remind themselves of the good that these donations do. All the money stays in Saskatchewan to help people access medically related travel or medical devices. It's helped so many people that probably the degrees of separation between a donor and a recipient is about 2 degrees of separation. It's people helping their neighbors. So if people can tune in with us, remind themselves of the good that a donation does, and give a donation. Every dollar counts, and we would love to have their support.
Perfect. Well, from what I'm hearing from you already, Telemiracle seems like it's already getting lots of support this year from people, and it's really great to see, and I'm really excited to see how it turns out. Thank you so much for joining me today, Jeffrey.
Thank you so much.